Look at this nice fire in this little wood burning stove. Isn't that nice? Well, I've had a lot of trouble with this thing. Let me show you what I've come up with to get a decent draft going on this when you light a fire. You're watching On the Mark with Mark. The problem I have with this little stove is it never seems to have a decent draft going. If I just start a fire in there, all of the smoke will come into this room. Now this is my wood shop, but it's my house also. And it's caused some real smoke problems before. So what I have figured out is this chimney doesn't know what a draft is unless you force it to draft. So right now there's a damper up there that closes off the chimney. And while that's closed, there's a column of cold air in that chimney. And when you open it up to start a fire, that column of cold air falls down into the room. And it draws more cold air from outside. And it just keeps that pattern going. It doesn't pull, it doesn't draft. So I've come up with a way where I force the thing to draft. So let's watch. So this is the startup procedure I've come up with for this wood burning stove, and it's given me quite a bit of trouble. So this is what I do, and I do a few things that I don't think other people are doing. Some of it's good, some of it's sort of not so good. So to start off with, the first thing is I clean out whatever ashes were in there from the previous fire that I had. I have this little basket here that came out of some kind of a little Fry Daddy or something or other. I bought it at a thrift store. I think it was about $1. So it's got this nice size holes in it. And I want to get rid of the ash, but I want to keep the coals. So what I've been doing is shovel the coals out into here and then give it a shake. And then shake. As you can see, the ashes are going through here, and some of you may see the problem that this is causing. Keep in mind, this wood burning stove is in my wood shop, so there's other sawdust around here. It's not in my living room. I would never do this in my living room. So now I've got, look at that, just nice coals. I mean, that's still good. So dump that in on one side, and then I keep scooping my way across. There's a beautiful bed of coals right there. So that's going to be great for starting this next fire. So now I can get this out of the way. Now I've had nothing but trouble with getting this wood burning stove to draft. And when I hear somebody say, well, a chimney provides all this draft, you know, and the heat just all goes up the chimney. Well, it doesn't start out that way. Right now, I'm in the basement of my house. So this chimney's going through the basement here, goes all the way through the first floor, goes up through the stack. Here's a picture of what it looks like outside. So inside that chimney is the outdoors. It's cold in there. Here's the damper. So this is closed. And it's not a real good seal. I mean, it sort of seals. Well, I can show you what it looks like. Here's one that's not installed. And you can see how big a gap they leave around the edges, plus all these holes through the middle. So if you're going to have something to seal off the cold from your room, I think you'd want something better than that. But that's what they make. That's the way that dampener is. Dampener? I'm not sure what those are called. Anyway, so it's closed right now. So in this chimney, all the way to the outside, is this column of cold air. So as soon as I start a fire in here, all of the smoke is going to come into this room. Doesn't matter what I do, that's what happens. So this is what I've come up with, and this works every time. I made this thing right here. Here's what it is. It's a small space heater, and I mounted it on this board, and it just pokes through on this side. And what I made it to, how it fits in here, sits right in there like that. Gravity just holds it in. Closes off the whole space to it, except for this one little keyhole right here. That's where this latch locks it. Okay? So now we got to watch the clock. I've always waited 15 minutes before you do anything with this. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the fan on hot. So now it's trying to blow air up there. The dampener's closed right now, so I'm going to open it. And there's no draft. See that? It's blowing air out. But we'll give that some time. And after it puts enough warm air up through that chimney, then it'll finally be drawing air. While we're waiting for the draft to get started there on the wood burning stove, I want to show you this little workstation that I made that holds all my tools for the wood burning stove. Here's that basket that I already showed you that I sift the coals with. It's got a little mounting point there. Sometimes I need to blow in the fire when I'm trying to start it up again, like after it's gone overnight. I've got a temperature gauge here, so I can take the temperature around the unit and see what the chimney's doing, see what kind of heat we're running. Here's a poker. I've got a couple of other pokers here too. This is a nice little broom that I use to sweep across the front of the door. There's a little catch there, a catcher for when you open the door to feed more firewood in there. A lot of times a little bit of coals will fall out, and I like to sweep that clean. So I have this little broom. And then down here in this little basket, I've got the lighter. That lighter might be dead. And then this is a broom somebody gave me, and I got another little broom down here. This I use for sweeping up around the base of the wood burning stove. And then here is my welding gloves. And every time I put wood in this fire, in this wood burning stove, and I'm wearing these gloves, I have not gotten burned. Anytime I got burned is because I didn't wear these gloves. So I try to remember to wear them every time, but sometimes I get brave and burn myself. And then here's the shovel that you just saw me using. So I keep all these things just nice and handy right here. Oh, also for cleaning the window, I made a little spot here for some Windex so that I always can keep some right down here so I can keep that glass window clean, because I really like being able to see the fireplace there. So let's take a look and see what the draft is doing. Okay, now it's drawing. You can see it's sucking the flame in. So now we're good. Now we've got the draft started. Get this out of the way now. We got that nice bed of coals going there. We got some newspaper balled up there, which works great. And this is a wood shop, so I always have lots of little bits of kindling laying around. This is a premium fire here. This is cherry we're burning today. Short logs in here. This is oak. Load her up good. Get her going here on the paper. get her most of the way shut. I don't know if you can see it, there's a bunch of smoke in here, and I don't have the door closed, and the chimney is drawing real good. I guarantee you, if I hadn't put that heater in there and blown warm air up into this chimney, all of that smoke would be coming into this room right now. So there it is. Nice warm fire burning now. And it's a cold January day outside. That's what I go through to make a fire here. And if there's a way to do it without using my Inducer, I don't know what it is. And I've tried a lot of things and I've watched a lot of videos, and I don't see anybody mechanically forcing a draft, but it can be done. Now, I would never put that thing in like right now while it's burning. It's wood. There's not a fire in there when I'm just inducing the draft. So I wouldn't use it to restart a fire if I thought there was some coals in there either, or maybe if I, stuck right with it. The other thing, this little guy right here really makes a lot of dust. So while I do really like the fact that I can save all of those coals in there, it's a messy thing. So, it's okay in a certain application. I would never do it in my living room or family room. So keep that in mind if you decide you want to save the coals that are in there. So that's it for this week. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. You're watching On the Mark with Mark.